welcome to another episode of the Window Seat Podcast. I am LP, joined by my co-host, Blind from the Truth. What up, dog?
What it do? Cuz, you know, because that's what we say around here. Well, I think I'm the only person that says that. I've been saying it
Oh,
for a
that's what
while.
you say around there.
Yeah, I don't know, man. People say, man, you from California? No. Just saying, man. I guess my older brother lives there. I got it from him. But yeah, before we get started, let's make sure that everyone has all our contact information. We're gonna say it at the beginning of the show and at the end. So we have a Twitter, and that is Window Seat Pod. We have an Instagram account, the Window Seat Podcast. We have a Bandcamp, the Window Seat Podcast.bandcamp.com. We have iTunes. We also have a SoundCloud, which is the Window Seat Podcast. We have a Facebook
Mm-hmm.
page. We also have a YouTube. So, to make a long story short, if you're looking for us and you can't find us, you have no excuse.
You ain't looking for us. If you looking for us
Yeah.
and can't find us, you ain't looking, okay?
Right. Get your life together. You know, it's 2015. You don't know how to use Google search. Come on now.
Yeah, but you do better with your life.
You act like you somebody, grandma, granddaddy. Come on now. Shoot, my grandma could probably out search y'all. You need to, and both of them did. So I mean, hey, take your pick. Which one?
I was thinking that I'm like, are we gonna go there? Like,
Hey, people pass on. They do.
yes, they do. Yes, they
Yeah,
do.
yeah, man. People pass on. So I really had something that was on my mind. I wanted to talk about. Got into the my vehicle a few weeks ago and heard this song. I think the title of the song is "Pay Me," and I didn't know who it was. And I said, "Man, let me look this up." So the chick name is Veronica Vega, and this track is nothing new because the style of the track is your typical New Orleans bounce type feel. So anybody that knows anything about New Orleans bounce, then this track is gonna sound very familiar. You know, the drums and everything is just repetitive. It's sound effects. It's not really any type of instrumentation. It's just drums, sound effects, and you repeat the courses. It's kind of like Cha Cha Slide or your what's the one that all the black folks do at the party? What do they call it? The
Electric slide? No.
yeah, like your electric slide, like your what's the one R. Kelly did? Your
Happy people?
happy
Oh,
people stepping name of love. You know your the one that Cupid did, your Cupid shuffle, is that type of repetitiveness because it's made for a party environment. Nothing all too different from what Beyonce did with that 7-Eleven. Same concept. She just did it on a different style of track. Same concept, right? And I'm not a hip hop historian. You know, I just pay attention to things, and I can be kind of off. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's not what I don't like about the song. What I don't like about it is what she's saying in the song. This chick is Cuban and Venezuelan. You know, when I
Mm-hmm.
first saw her, like, who this white chick? The track is produced by Polo the Don. He's produced some things for Monica. He's a popular Atlanta music producer. Has some nice hits out there. I can't name anybody besides Monica.
Chris Brown is somebody
Okay.
he worked with as well.
He has that style, that sound that people like. He can get them hits. What disturbs me is this black music producer by the name of Polo the Don. And it's not just him. A lot of people are doing this. We are giving these other nationalities the okay to use our young racial slurs that we use on ourselves. That's what's really, really bothering me. I hear it all the time. You
Mm.
can't go through a rap song without hearing it like 50,000 times. I'm starting to think we're a little mentally retarded because you can't write a song without having that one recurring word in it over and over again. That's the same way I feel about how people talk now. A lot of people say like before and after they say things. I started to get into that, and it's really starting to bother me because I have to catch myself a whole lot. And some people say they came from your California Valley type speak, because that's how
Mhm.
they talk, like this and like that and this and but that's how we all talk now.
Yeah.
And that's like having a song. Little Wayne was doing this for a while, where your whole song is a bunch of similes. You don't even use a metaphor, because the only thing between the simile and the metaphor is you using like or as. That's the only difference. So you using a whole simile, you using your punchlines is like, like. That gets kind of repetitive, and it makes it seem like you can't think outside of that box. Kanye West song is out. It's not new, but that song all day.
Mhm.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, the song jamming. But I mean, you're at a certain pedestal now, Kanye.
I don't know his song. So what is this song that you're talking about?
Some all day. Then you got the N word in there. I think we're trying to make it impossible to not say it. You remember that song, Ends in Paris, Kanye West and Jay Z. They didn't say it one time in the song.
Mhm. But that
Or
was the
may,
name of the song.
right. So I'm trying to understand. And then Kanye West was given the okay for some white dude, some famous clothes designer, to name his clothing line that. Not Kanye West clothing line, but the white dude to name his clothing line that. I'm thinking, what we doing out
Really?
here?
Oh wow.
Like, what are we doing? I don't understand. I don't. Charlemagne the guy said something, and I disagree. He said, "Hey man, we made the N word cool. What do white people do when we make something cool? They take it away from us. We never made that cool."
And it shouldn't be cool. It shouldn't be something that's acceptable. I'm not for anybody using the word, and I don't know what your thoughts are on that. It should not be acceptable to
Right.
come out of my mouth as a black person. It should be acceptable to come out of, you know, a Latino person's mouth, a white person. It should not be acceptable because the definition, the word where the word comes from, is a negative place. So
Yeah.
why would you want to continue to regurgitate that and relive that and quote unquote take that back? I don't
Right.
take have that shit. I don't want
Yeah.
that.
That's kind of like you dropping your poo in the toilet. And like, you know what? I'm gonna take that back.
Mm-mm-mm.
No, it's supposed to be in there. That's where it
We done
goes.
with it.
There's no need to. Like, what are you gonna reuse it for? All the all the nutrients and everything is in your body now. And if all
So
you eat is Tootsie Roll pops, then no nutrients came from that. So you put bad in your body and just push the bad out.
so this is my question. Do you feel like hip hop influences the use of
Yep.
this word,
Yep.
like the
Yep.
spread of this
Yep.
word?
Yes. 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 Hip hop influences the spread of a lot of negative things. Also good things, but the negative things far overshadow it.
What was that song? My hitter, but it wasn't really
Yeah.
my hitter.
Right. Right. By YG. Yes. I remember that. And I'm thinking, what we doing, man? Hip hop is pop now. It's not ours anymore. It's now popular culture, meaning not just us care about it now. As far as
Mm-hmm.
listening to it, learning the words, going to the concerts, other nationalities, races, and creeds and genders, whatever. Listen to our stuff, man.
But you know what? I think it's only so much that music can do, and I feel like it's only so much that we can blame hip hop for. A good percentage of us are accepting of people using the word around us. It's just not okay. And so if you don't call people out like, hey, I'm not comfortable with you using that word around me, and that's a shitty word. You just don't need to be saying that. The fact of the matter is, it's gonna continue because yes, people hear it on the radio, but and they may sing it or say it in their car or whatever. Not saying that that's cool or whatever, but the fact of the matter is, when we talking about everyday conversation, and you sitting up
Mhm.
there letting somebody call you the N word in your face, and or not even calling you that, but using that word, man,
Mhm.
such and such, this, that, and other, and this, that, like, no,
Yeah.
like, no, chop that shit up. That's not gonna happen.
Right.
But we've become very relaxed, and it's kind of like we're gonna take back the word fat. Yes, I'm fat. This, I'm no, the fuck, I'm not. No, I'm not gonna be. No, that's a negative word. Stop being stupid. Stop being stupid. That's what it boils down to. But we gonna have that fat shaming podcast coming up real soon.
Yeah. We can do that. We can do that. And you know what? I was thinking about you when I saw, what was it, a Lifetime show for this chick? Was it My Big Fat Something Lifestyle or something?
Mhm.
Some black chick. I don't know what it's about, but I ran across
She's
it.
not black.
on t- I think I'm confusing it with something that you
My
probably posted on
big
the
fat
Facebook.
for life or something like that.
Something like that. But like I said, I think I'm confusing it with something you posted on Facebook. The chick with the donut, that's something completely different.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, yes, that's
So
something different.
the chick you talking about, yeah, she white. What she was doing like different jobs or something. My big fat beautiful blushes like whatever it is that show.
Blushes. I like that word, blushes.
And
I don't know. I think I know what you're talking about. She has that Lifetime show.
I'm thinking, man, that's terrible. Basically, it boils down to us being okay with being put down. So you have a movie star, typically white, because I don't know any black female movie stars I can think about it at this time, but you have that white fat girl, and she does everything around that to be the white fat girl. And they laugh like, "Oh, I'm gonna eat all these cupcakes." What? The movie I haven't watched all of it. The movie Pitch Perfect. That was her role. What else? Identity Thief. What was the
Oh,
name?
Melissa McCartney.
Yes, her. Like I'm gonna do my big comedy. What was old dude? Kevin that played in a few movies with
Kevin
Adam
Gates.
Sandler.
No, no.
No, not Kevin Gates. Man, Kevin Gates, boy, hey, Kevin Gates almost out of the game because he been messing up a lot lately. But we can talk about that later.
What
Uh,
have you been doing?
well, he kicked some girl in the face at his show because she was grabbing at him. Like he kicked her in the face, and did the little thing talking about he was having sex with his cousin. And he was saying, "Hey, you think you gonna come over here and screw me and I suck my dog dick? You crazy."
Excuse me?
Right.
Whoa.
Kevin Gates is freaking out of control when it comes to his personal private life, whatever.
Uh,
But this guy, he need to be careful, man. I think people are really getting tired of him because your antics far outweigh your accomplishments at this point.
right?
That's never
And
good.
he really needs to be like if all that's what's going on, Jesus Christ, first of all. Second of all, like you ain't did shit to be doing all that shit that you doing. I mean, I do like, I don't get tired, like that's my shit. But
Right.
but honestly, I know he had like a pretty decent social media following, but other than that, I didn't know who he was. And outside of that, I don't know who he is.
I don't know who he is either. I like his sound. And that's about all I can say. I'm not a fan of his music. You can enjoy music from different mental places. From
Mm-hmm.
the from the I really like this artist. So regardless of the type of music they put out, I like this artist. It's something about them. You can like it from the way this artist sings. Their songs ain't hit up on nothing,
Mm-hmm.
but I like the way their voice sounds. Shoot,
Yeah, and that's
you
how I feel
know,
about Jasmine Sullivan at this point. We talked about this. I feel like
yeah.
she put out an album to get whatever it was that she needed to get out of her.
Mhm.
But I'm really hoping that her third album is back to basics, back to what made me love you as a singer. And her voice has not changed. It's continued to be amazing. But just the type of music that she's singing right now, I'm just
Yeah.
nope. But Kevin James, I think that's who you was thinking of.
Kevin James, that's his name, the dude from King of Queens.
Yeah, Mall Cop and
He plays the big role. Old buddy from Mad TV, Will Sasso. He was playing
mhm.
the big role until he lost weight.
Okay, I don't
Then
know
he
who that
lost
is.
weight, he wasn't playing the big role anymore. You watch Modern Family, right?
I do.
He was the one that Cam is always feuding with in the school. That's always trying to
Oh,
do the same stuff he does. That
okay.
guy.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
So he used to be
Cam. I like him.
well, Cam, he wear them shirts, don't it?
He do
Collars
them
and
shirts.
everything.
Them shirts be on point, okay?
Man, I don't see how you. Hey, he be fresh. I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm not gonna lie. But you know, all this. Let's go back to what we were talking about. I don't like white folks getting tans either. I don't understand. I don't
Let's go back to
understand
what
it.
we talking about. I don't like white folks getting tan. I don't think we talked about that yet.
Well, we talked about. Yeah, people know what we talk about. If they listen. Well, I don't want to. If you don't remember, then rewind it, whatever. But using certain words, getting tans, like what are you trying to?
So we're
Who are you?
talking about
Who are you trying to look like?
cultural appropriation is pretty much what it boils down to.
Right. Who
You
you trying
trying
to look
to
like?
perp on my culture.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember coming up, folks say, man, don't be a perpetrator. You
hmm
know, nobody wants to be a perpetrator.
But no, I totally get what you're saying. I mean, and I've never really thought about it. Well, I've thought about it, but I didn't really think it was that big of a deal. I was thinking it was just, preference. But it does make sense, And on the same token, with people tanning and stuff like that, you have a lot of Caucasian women, white women, choosing to get elective surgery to have bigger butts
Yeah.
and this, that, and the third. And these are the same.
And full of lips.
Right, exactly. Fuller lips, and they have their extensions, and these are the same things that you pretty much dog us about.
Yeah.
Us as in black women. Oh my God, look at her hips, look at her butt, this, that, and the third. But let me go ahead and get me some butt. Let me, you know what I'm saying?
I had a
You know,
white coworker say to me, "Hey man, butts are in style now. I want to take my fist and slam it through his face and come out the other end, meaning the back of his skull."
that really bothers me. Like when you said that, it just kind of sent a shock through my body because I wanted to hit him too. What do you mean butts are in style? So basically, oh Jesus. So basically, you telling me that the ass that most of us have been carrying for years and years and years and this that
Since great 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 grandma knew.
you know that you have been pointing and laughing and you and seeing as some type of sideshow and paying
Hmm.
money to just get a glimpse of whatever. Now, oh, it's in style, just like when Kylie Jenner or Kaylee Jenner, whatever her damn name is, when she decided to get some cornrows. Oh, this is high fashion. This is no, the fuck it's not. Like, this is the way I've been wearing my hair since I was like 3.
First of
Culture,
all,
culture. That's what it boils down to.
people need to. I don't want to. I want to stand black folks. Like man, back to Charlemagne. Kylie Jenner probably the bad chick in the game now. How?
What game she playing?
They don't tell me. Tell me so I can. And if I'm playing it, so I can go ahead and put my cards down or whatever it is.
I'm out.
I don't understand. What is she? I don't. I don't get it. Your boy 50 Cent. I didn't watch the interview, but I read the clickbait
Mm-hmm.
that said Caitlyn. What's her name? Caitlyn Jenner.
Mm-hmm. Caitlyn.
His name. Her name. He said she's a cute old joint or something like that. And knowing a little bit about how 50 Cent is in interviews, I can imagine him saying that and what he meant by it. And I'm thinking, what do we like as far as black men? What
Mm-hmm.
do I know for a fact? We've been crushing on white women since the doctor pulled us out our mom, since elementary school, kindergarten, first, second, third, fourth, fifth grade. And it's one of them things where you see it so much, you develop a soft affection for it. And they don't even have to be attractive from a standpoint of being really attractive. You find it like, man, she's attractive in a white woman sort of way.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking, can you say that about your sisters? You can't. You won't. Because you a dog them. You won't
Oh,
say,
absolutely.
you won't crush and fantasize about them the way you fantasize about the white women.
Mm-hmm.
And that really bothers me. All this, okay, let me say this to our listeners. Yes, this podcast is probably all over the place, but this is how we usually talk.
It
we
is.
we just kind of jump all over the place. And this particular one, I just really want to just talk because I had some things on my mind. So, hey, if you guys like this format, then you can get this a lot.
You can, like, every day.
Yeah, we just all over the place, but it still comes from the same feeling, the same vein of what are we doing when it comes to each other and other folks. Yeah, you were saying something. I don't know, man. You were saying something.
I was thinking about what you were saying, and I was reading. Oh my goodness, what was I reading? I was reading something, and this girl said, and I wish I knew her name because the whole point of her making this statement, making this status or whatever was because she had created a meme depicting like a side by side comparison to the way black women and white women are portrayed when it comes to the media, doing the exact same things.
Uh-huh.
And her point was I put all my frustration and all of my creativity and my thoughts and my feelings into this picture, and it started, people started sharing it and this, that, and the third, and it was great, but then I started seeing it in all these places with no credit being given to me. And
Hmm.
that's why I said I really wish that I could remember who it was so that I can give her credit, because I'm about to use her meme as a
Yeah.
as a point.
Right.
But she had completed this thing, and it was like side by side. It was like Kylie and like a black girl with cornrows. It was like Caitlyn Jenner next to Serena Williams.
Hmm.
You know, it was like I can't remember the other ones, but she did this, and it was so interesting to me because when you brought up Caitlyn Jenner, it really made me think how people were caping for her. And I'm not saying that people should not be. The fact of the matter is, she has made a major transition in her life, and that is wonderful for her. Do I consider her to be a hero? Do I consider her to be any of those things that she's been called by the media? Absolutely not. No way. No, just no.
Hmm.
And so, you got people calling her this beautiful woman and this, that, and the third, and they're just, encouraging her and giving her all this. And you got the same goddamn media who are sitting up there saying that Serena Williams looked like a man.
Hmm.
She's too masculine. What
Hmm.
the fuck? Are you
When
serious right
when
now?
you really have this man
Exactly.
that,
Exactly.
that
And
chops them off, and all of a sudden, oh man, you're a beautiful woman.
like you're the epitome of beauty. And you got an actual woman here who, in my opinion, is bad as hell.
Hey, I
You
ain't
and you
lying,
saying that she looked like a man? Are you serious right now?
man.
Man, please.
I ain't lying. Especially those pictures that came out what like a month ago. She was in some type of like she was exercising or something. Man, I'm just saying. I was thinking, holy crap, man. She doesn't like she has any fat. Like that's all muscle. She is.
Yes.
That's hard work and dedication, man. And the fact that she killing y'all on the tennis court. Come on now. She's
Right.
not just sitting up here working out, making history on y'all. What y'all gonna do about it?
Exactly. But she look like a man. I don't know what man you've been looking at,
Right.
but none of the ones that I've ever seen. Trust.
Right.
You can't do nothing for it not to be picked apart and this, that, and the third. You know?
Yeah.
And it's funny because I think that black men do get, they get some strife. I'm not saying that they don't, but it's like black women are like the bottom of the bottom. We're gonna come up in here and just tear you down from where you stand. Like we don't want you to stand at all. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about your looks, we're gonna talk about your weight, we're gonna talk about the way you talk, how loud you are, how uneducated
Mhm.
you are, how many baby daddies you got, how you on welfare. We're gonna talk about everything.
And actually, and most of that stuff coming from other black women.
Ain't that the truth? Or they're black men.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
ugh,
I promise you, as I get older, I'm really trying to not become more accepting, but trying to understand more, trying to really figure out what is it about this that makes me feel good, what is it about this that makes me feel bad. So I know how dialect works. You're from a certain place and you have been there for a while, then you're gonna sound like those people. So it really bothers me when I hear folks say, "Oh man, I can't stand the way he or she talks." It doesn't make any sense because, hey man, that's where they're from. That's where they're from. They can say the same thing about you. Okay, you think they may sound a little country. It doesn't. I don't. I don't understand why that bothers you so much because that's no different from somebody from Great Britain having one of those accents. I'm not very good with my geography, but having a British accent. Australia having an Australian accent. Certain accents are cool to you, and certain accents are not. I guess it's the places that are not high in value because you see, oh man, old buddy sound like a hillbilly. Old buddy sound like a country bumpkin. I don't get it.
I think it has a lot to do with where you come from and how people feel about that area. When you think about people having a New York accent, they may say, yeah, you have a New York accent, but it's not in a negative way. It's kind of like just the acknowledgement.
Yeah.
You have a New York accent, but you come up here with a Southern accent, a Mississippi accent,
Right.
and all of a sudden, like, oh my God, you can read? Like, I can't, you know, that type of thing. So I remember when I moved up here from Mississippi. When I say up here, I mean Omaha, from Mississippi, and people were like, I can't believe you in honors classes. I can't believe this. I can't believe that. Like, I was just supposed to be some stupid redneck sitting on the porch with a piece of straw in my mouth or something, wearing like day old overalls,
Day
and
old.
didn't have not having like any sense whatsoever, any intellect, just dumb,
Right.
because of where I'm originally from and because of how I spoke,
Hmm.
with the Southern accent, which is how people speak in the South. Like, that's why it's called a Southern accent.
Right.
So it's just amazing to me. I get the same thing from people who are from New England or from Boston or whatever, and people make fun of how they speak and stuff like that. You know, fuck you all. So yeah.
Yeah, man. At this point, it's it's just really gotten old, man. It has really gotten old at this point, and people still want to hold on to it. I just want to say this, then we can wrap this up. So the whole N word thing, I think they bleep out the word cracker and honky.
Really?
I think. But if you haven't noticed in movies, like how they play Friday and stuff, and especially on
Mhm.
BET and other things, and they play those on those different channels, they'll bleep out all the other words, but they won't bleep out those words. And I'm thinking, huh. Same thing, vice versa with the Chappelle show. And I remember talking about this on another podcast, how they bleeped out everything else, but they didn't bleep that out. And I'm thinking, what is it?
Mhm.
Like what is it that I'm missing? Same thing with Boondocks. And people look at me, I'm talking about they really look at me weird hot when I say I cannot get into those shows because that bothers me. And people look at me weird because that bothers me. I'm not
When it
saying
should
you're
be bothering them.
it should be. And I'm not saying the content of the show isn't good, but it's how you present it. Same way with straight out of company. Like some movies I don't want to see because I know, man, I'm thinking be flying around like gnats at a barbecue.
Mhm.
And that really bothers me because I want to enjoy this and I want to support. I don't listen to very much rap music much as I used to. And going back and listening to stuff I did enjoy, I'm thinking, man, I must have really been in another place mentally because I didn't know that they said this so much.
Right.
And that really bothers me, man. That really bothers me.
Yeah, I'm completely there with you. Absolutely 100%. And there are some things that I won't see, I don't want to see because of that. There's some music that, and I find myself, I'll listen to almost anything. If it's too much, then no, I'm not gonna listen to it. But like some of the older stuff, like Tupac and stuff like that, I find myself singing along and then just completely skipping that word because it's like a curse word to me, and it's like a curse word that's worse than a curse word.
Yeah.
Like I fuck shit, damn, whore, anything.
Yeah.
Like I'll pretty much say whatever, but I will not say that. And before we end this episode of the Window Seat podcast, do realize that we have had an entire conversation. How many minutes?
Shoot, how long was this? It's been at least 30 something minutes now.
At least 30 something minutes about the N word, and we never said the N word, not ever.
Not once.
So put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Yeah. Oh, shoot. Let me say this before we close. Sam Jackson, when he was doing an interview about the movie, what was it, Django or something?
Mm-hmm.
And the interviewer, white dude, was asking him about that. Like, hey man, how would you feel about, N word? And Samuel was like, what word? N word. Say it. Nah, I'm cool. Like, man, say it. Like, hey, we're not gonna have this conversation about it if you
Mm-hmm.
don't say it. And I'm thinking, where's he going with this? Where's Samuel L. going with this?
Mm-hmm.
I think we're missing something. Like, there's a bigger piece that we're missing, and I want
Maybe,
to know what it is.
maybe it is. And I would love to. We should have Samuel L. Jackson on and have him ask him, where were you going with that?
Yeah,
Because, and I say that like not to be funny, but because if I'm not mistaken, he's one of the people that actually use the word
Yeah,
um, and use it frequently.
yeah,
So he's from that statement, it kind of seems like he's one of those folks that I can say it, but you can't say it, and I dare you to say it, and things like that. And I would love to get the perspective of someone who feels that way,
yeah.
because as I stated earlier, I don't feel like anybody should be saying it, black, white, or otherwise. So
Boy, people hopping on your throat if you call a gay person the slur that rhymes with maggot.
yes,
And
absolutely.
I don't understand what's the difference.
And I would completely agree with that. I don't deal with that word either. So yeah, I don't know. So I think this is like a call to action, so to speak. If you use the word and you don't feel like other people should use it or whatever, get at us, because we would
Mhm.
love to chat with you. It would be nice, kinda.
Yeah, come and play. We're gonna lock the doors behind you when you come in.
And we'll pull some chairs and make it very uncomfortable, turn the temperature up, and
Yep. Close all the blinds. Let me talk to you. Come here.
get all up in your personal space.
Yep.
But anyway, this has been another episode of the Window Seat Podcast. Again, I am LP, and the
I'm blind
person,
from the truth.
yes, the gentleman on the phone who always keeps it kosher is Blind from the Truth.
Yeah.
Um, and so yes, follow us on all of our social media stuff. The Window Seat, no, Window Seat Pod at Twitter, right?
Yeah.
The Window Seat Podcast on Facebook, um,
Yes.
Bandcamp dot Window Seat Podcast, or did I say that backwards?
I think you said it backwards. The Window
Okay,
Seat
so the Window Seat
Podcast.
Podcast dot Bandcamp dot com.
Yes.
And of course, iTunes. Duh.
Yes.
On iTunes, you need to be reviewing us, like, give us some stars or
Yeah.
some
If you
whatever.
if you're listening, let us know because we're still trying to figure out how this iTunes thing works.
Exactly. So yeah. All right.
Oh, and for the few people that have been listening on SoundCloud, hey.
What's up?
I see you out there. We see you.
I don't see you because I don't know how to check in and that stuff. So he see you.
Right.